Hey everyone, welcome to Elvioso's channel. This show is where we're going to dive into the science of nutrition, performance, and personal transformation. And I'm your host, Elvioso. Today, we're going to change how you look at diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes. So, we're unpacking the power of nutrigenomics, nutrigenetics, and epigenetics, and how one ancient compound, berberine, is emerging as a highly talented and natural superstar in managing and even preventing type 2 diabetes. So, joining me for this conversation are two brilliant minds and great friends of mine, Jasmine and Zay.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Jasmine.
Hello, I'm Zay. Uh, you already had me at Natural Superstar, bro. Let's go.
Okay, so let's set the stage. So, type 2 diabetes is more than just high blood sugar. It's a complex metabolic disease with roots in genetics, diet, lifestyle, and even your gut bacteria. So, what's the issue? Traditional treatments, it focus on symptoms. That's usually how our medical practitioners work. So, but what if you could get ahead of the disease by understanding how food interacts with our genes? So that's where these three emerging fields come in. Nutrigenomics looks at how nutrients influence gene expression. Nutrigenetics focuses on how your genes influence your response to food. And epigenetics, that's the study of how your lifestyle can switch genes on or off without changing your DNA itself.
So you're basically talking about custom built nutrition.
Exactly. Because personalized nutrition is the future. And so for that future, we might just have a yellow golden glow because of something like berberine, which is one
Mm,
of the compounds that's leading this charge.
hmm
So in nutrigenomics, we see how food talks to our genes. Let's take refined carbs, for example. They light up specific genes like the sterol regulatory element binding transcription factor and the fatty acid synthase. These genes, they trigger the fat storage and metabolic stress, respectively. On the flip side, you have like healthy fats, like omega 3s, and they activate the peroxisome proliferator activated receptors. So I know this is a lot of like scientific jargon, but what that does is it helps regulate your insulin and burn fat.
Mm.
hmm.
So now we have berberine. This is a plant compound that it activates your energy sensing enzymes. And when the AMPK, which is your energy sensing enzymes, are activated, your body starts burning fat and using glucose more efficiently and effectively. So it's like flipping your metabolism's on switch.
Oh, so berberine helps your body become more metabolically intelligent?
Exactly. So with this intelligence, your body, it helps function more properly. It even helps improve inflammation and it works on your gut brain axis. If you guys haven't heard, they say that your gut is your second brain. So it's like a multitasker with real clinical backing. This is all researched and clinically proven.
Right.
So what happens from here is next up, nutrigenetics. Think of it as the reverse. So now we're talking about how your genes respond to the food that you eat. Some people have specific genetic variants. And how that plays into type 2 diabetes, a lot of people they say, oh, it's a genetic thing. Or, my family had it, my father had it, my father's father had it. So they have specific genes like the transcription factor 7, like 2, and that gene makes them more prone to diabetes. For them, a lower carb diet works better. Others, they might have other variants, and those other variants might affect how their body stores fat. But the thing is, this is where personalization really shines through. Because if we know a specific genetic profile, if we know that your genetic profile makes you more prone to certain diseases like type 2 diabetes, then we can customize your nutrition and give you a plan that's going to help you thrive, not just survive.
Hmm. So two people can eat the same exact meal and get totally different outcomes, is what you're saying. Something like that.
Yes, and that's the magic of it, Zay,
Mm.
because it's the magic and it's the challenge of this nutrigenetics. When we talk about epigenetics, which was my personal favorite, because I'm always thinking about how I can introduce this information and actually apply it in my life. We're talking about how external factors like diet, stress, and exercise, they modify your gene expression. So these changes, they don't just rewrite your DNA, but they do change which genes are active and actively present when you're living your life. For example, folate, it helps with DNA methylation, and this would silence certain genes. So there's certain nutritional compounds like resveratrol, which is found in grapes, and it activates a certain gene you called your sirtuin 1. This gene it's involved in inflammation control and energy metabolism. And guess what? Berberine does both. It reduces your DNA methyltransferase and boosts your serotonin 1, which gives you the benefit of both folate and resveratrol in one.
What? Wait. So berberine is like the Swiss Army knife of like natural compounds?
That's a solid way to put it. It's powerful, it's adaptable, and it's research backed.
Wow.
So I know there's been a lot of information, right? Let's bring it all back together. So berberine is a natural compound. It's a nutritional compound. It's derived from plants. It's a nutrigenomic activator, a nutrigenetic ally, and an epigenetic modulator. It has a lot of different benefits. It improves your insulin sensitivity. It balances your gut microbiome. It reduces inflammation, and it even mimics certain medication that's out there for type 2 diabetics, like metformin. It
Mm.
does so by activating certain enzymes in your body, the AMPK. Clinical trials show that it lowers your fasting blood sugar and your hemoglobin A1C levels, sometimes as effectively as medication. But again, that depends on your personalized nutrition plan and whether you're personally going to respond to it in that way.
That's wild that it mimics metformin. So what are why are more people not talking about this?
That's a great question. And that's a good point of why we're even doing this now. Because a big part of it is awareness. You know, a lot of this stuff is backed by research. Is a big problem is research funding. You know, how many different companies or universities are backing this type of research? And then how many of these um, marketers and advertisers are actually going to take this information and promote it to the public? It comes down to individual difference and choices. So there's a lot of things that go into it when you're actually taking these compounds, your bioavailability, your genetic variation, your lifestyle. It's not a one size fits all, but it's a strong starting point.
Yeah.
So wrapping it up, you know, diabetes is not just about carbs or insulin. It's not just about sugars. It's about understanding the full system, your full system, your genes, your gut, your lifestyle. Berberine is not just a supplement. It's a symbol of what's possible in the future. And even now, if we bring that future now, about what happens when we combine science, tradition, and personalized choices. Moving forward, precision medicine combined with genetic screening, lifestyle profiling, and natural interventions like berberine. What's going to be the result of that? Targeted, effective, and empowering health strategies.
Wow. That's very helpful. Elvioso, this is mind blowing. Thank you for walking us through this journey today.
Yeah, man. You got my shopping list and my DNA test kit ready, so I'll get
Yeah,
that stuff
man.
ready.
I appreciate the both of you, and thanks for listening. Everybody, thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Share this with somebody managing their health, and even follow on YouTube if you want to see more. So until next time, eat smart, train smart, and live strong.